Hong Kong Institute of Education.
2009 is the 15th anniversary of the Hong Kong Institute of Education. In line with the Education Plus mission of this institute, the department's name has changed from Creative Arts and Physical Education to Cultural and Creative Arts. The new mission aims not only to nurture knowledgeable and caring graduates empowered to achieve academic and artistic excellence, but also to take up transformative roles as innovative educators, enterprising arts practitioners, creative thinkers, and cultural leaders in the 21st century. All the department's academic staff hold earned doctorate degrees, and it aspires to be a premier arts education provider in the region, committed to sustain a creative and dynamic interdisciplinary environment that promotes and supports high standards of professionalism in teaching, learning, and research. The music subject is offered at undergraduate and doctoral level, and the unique BME program offers a double major in contemporary music and performance pedagogy. The department maintains very close links with schools and the community.
The 2009 Top 10 Music Headlines. Cast your vote now until the 13th of January 2010.
係聖誕日，我林嘉琪先喺呢度恭祝大家聖誕快樂。唔知道大家尋日有冇去香港公園欣賞第4台嘅聖誕園林音樂會《彌賽亞的故事》呢？彌賽亞呢一首作品長成2個幾鐘頭，喺當年冇電腦抄譜嘅幫助之下，韓德爾喺寫呢一首作品嘅時候，真係一粒音符咧都要寫得好小心啊！但係冇錯就係冇可能嘅。唔知道韓德爾嘅字體係工整啊定係潦草嘅呢？佢喺寫錯樂譜嘅時候會大筆咁樣擦咗佢，定係胡亂咁樣畫過就算數呢？唔需要估啦，因為大英博物館有答案啦。佢哋上載咗呢一首長280頁嘅彌賽亞手稿上網。大家去到大英博物館嘅網站嗰度，就可以以高解像逐頁咁樣睇呢一份手稿。寫於1741年嘅呢一首作品，每一粒音符係點樣記載，都一目了然啦。喺一啲宗教比較保守嘅地區，女性嘅地位會比男士低。但係其實女性係社會嘅一份子，佢哋都想表達自己嘅自由。喺伊朗，一位72歲嘅女士就發起咗一隊全女子嘅樂團，等女士咧都有發聲嘅機會。呢隊樂團叫做 Fast Women's Chamber Orchestra， 每個星期5喺一個歡樂嘅小城市嘅盲人中心嗰度練習。佢哋拉奏嘅都係一啲古典或者係伊朗歌曲。女士們就好高興能夠自主，但係可惜佢哋嘅音樂會啦，因為政府嘅限制啊，係唔俾男士去聽嘅，所以無論係台上台下演奏或者係聽嘅咧，都係清一色係女士。你聽緊嘅係藝術焦點，我係林嘉琪。
It's 11 o'clock. I'm Anna-Marie Evans. The headlines. There's widespread condemnation at the 11-year jail sentence imposed on mainland dissident Liu Xiaobao. Pope Benedict gives his traditional Christmas Day blessing just hours after being knocked to the ground at the start of Mass in Rome. And NATO confirms the identity of a captured American soldier seen in a Taliban video. There's been widespread condemnation of the 11-year jail sentence imposed by a Beijing court on mainland dissident Liu Xiaobo. Human rights group, the US, and freedom of the press campaigners Reporters Without Borders have all expressed alarm at the sentence. The 53-year-old writer was convicted of inciting subversion of state power after calling for political reforms. Damon Pang reports.
Liu Xiaobo was arrested last year for posting articles that were critical of the Communist Party on the internet and for being a leading organizer of the Charter 08 document, which calls for reform of China's one-party system and the protection of human rights. The veteran of the 1989 pro-democracy protests was sentenced at the #1 Intermediate People's Court in Beijing following a 2-hour trial earlier in the week. Western countries have denounced the legal proceedings as purely political. The Foreign Ministry has complained of gross interference in China's judicial and internal affairs, and the court issued a statement saying legal procedures were strictly followed and Mr. Liu's rights were fully protected. His wife has said her husband's legal team will appeal against the sentence.
The United States has reiterated its call for Mr. Liu to be released immediately. Speaking outside the courtroom in Beijing, US Embassy official Gregory May said Washington was deeply concerned by Mr. Liu's prison sentence.
Persecution of individuals for the peaceful expression of political views is inconsistent with internationally recognized norms of human rights. Mr. Liu has peacefully worked for the establishment of democratic processes in China. We continue to call on the government of China to release him immediately and to respect the rights of all Chinese citizens to peacefully express their political views in favor of universally recognized fundamental freedoms.
In Hong Kong, several people were injured during a protest outside Beijing's liaison office over Liu Xiaobo's prison sentence. A group of around 20 people forced their way into the grounds of the building in Weston, and the police said during the melee 4 people were hurt, including a police officer and a security guard. Some of them were seen lying on the ground. One of those who broke into the grounds was lawmaker Leung Kwok Ho.
We tried to find some yellow ribbon at the gate of the liaison office of the central government. And then they started to use the scissors, and eventually one of our comrades was hurt by the scissors. So, and then we demanded police to investigate, but they failed to do so. And then we broke in. So we thought that it might be more suitable to go near and express our support to Mr. Liu Xiaobo.
Veteran Hong Kong journalist Ching Cheong spent more than 2 years in a mainland prison on spying charges. He said Mr. Liu's sentencing has sparked a public outrage.
Certainly it's not fair. I would say that it's totally unacceptable because the Chinese government persistently violates its commitment, its constitutional commitment to the Chinese people. This is not the first time, and this is another case of blatant violation of human rights. And I think the Chinese people has tolerated this situation for long, and I don't think we should tolerate such a situation anymore.
Pope Benedict appeared to be in good health as he gave his traditional Christmas Day blessing, just hours after being knocked to the ground at the start of Mass in Rome. In the most serious breach of security inside the Vatican in recent years, a woman leapt over security barriers at St. Peter's Basilica and pulled the Pope to the floor. He was unhurt, but an elderly French cardinal fell over in the melee and broke his leg. From Rome, here's the BBC's David Willey.
The Vatican has now identified the Pope's assailant as a 25-year-old woman of dual Swiss and Italian nationality, Susanna Maiolo. She was detained by Vatican security agents and is now at a medical facility in Rome undergoing psychiatric assessment. The Vatican says that she's the same person who tried to leap over a security barrier at the Pope's midnight Mass exactly 1 year ago. On that occasion, police managed to restrain her.
NATO has confirmed that a Taliban video which shows an American soldier captured in Afghanistan is indeed Private Bo Robert Bergdahl, a paratrooper who disappeared in Paktika province in June this year. The BBC's Anbarasan Ethirajan reports.
The video shows a man wearing sunglasses and a US military-style helmet and uniform. In the video, he gives details about himself and his family before criticizing the United States over the war in Afghanistan and its related